We on here. Finally, we on here. At least I'm on here at 12:46. And it's the 3rd of December 2017. I'm early. I'm early. I just wanted to answer some questions. It's Conscious Chatter today. And we're going to let as many as you beautiful beings in our soul group utilize the platform today. Okay? But we got to do a 10 limit per being call, okay? Because a lot of people are complaining, and I want to answer some questions today that they can't get on. All right, one of the questions, I've been early in a long time. And these questions come into the email in the description box. And these questions also come from I'mConsciousNowWhat.com, which is still active. I haven't added any content to that website in a while, but it's still, you can still reach me there. So this one was very interesting, and it is some data behind this. Why do you never face front on your camera? And what are you looking at? Like, you guys would catch me at this camera angle right here a lot. And there's nothing here, there's just the wall. And I'm gonna tell you why I did this. I did this because I actually had, I think I had a being on our show months ago. And we were talking about how beings were actually cloning and copying your hologram and changing your, your frequency and playing with your frequency and adding data, giving you data, taking away data. And I downloaded that, I really took a look at that, and it made a lot of sense to me. And at that time, I was going through so much shit. And I just said in my own mind, I'm not, I'll face the camera sometimes, but then I'll turn back, And a lot of people don't even show their face online anymore, But I connect best with vibration, throat chakra. As soon as you speak, I can connect to you. I can feel your energy. I can download stuff. So I'm not as sensitive to visuals, like looking at shit. I go by how I feel. So that's why I turn the camera this way. It's something, I tell you guys also too, I always look people in the eye when I talk to them. If you ever met me in person, I will sometimes make you a little uncomfortable because I'm picking up your frequency, right? And I'm aware of that. You see what I'm saying? I do it all the time. So when I turn this way, I always feel like somebody's downloading or trying to pull something from me. So it's just something that I do. I'm more comfortable this way with me being so sensitive to energy. All right. And this question was the next popular one. Why don't I do as many shows or live streams as I used to you? What are you doing? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Well, here's the thing. I started I'm Conscious Now, over a year ago now, a year strong ago. And I used to go live twice. Habitual. It was like a second job for me when I started. And whatever I do, I go hard at it, but it came to a point where, we covered a lot of traction on this channel, a lot of different information. We've been having Conscious Chatter week after week after week after week. The information is on the channel. And it just came to a point to whereas I just kind of I'm moving away from this technology shit as much as I can. I do utilize it sometimes. And I'm going to tell you why. And this really cemented it. This little story I'm going to share with you guys, which is why I really stay off this technology as much as possible. If I didn't miss you guys, the intimate little soul group that we had, I wouldn't even go live anymore. I'm keeping it 100. I would just upload videos, But here's the thing. Even if you upload videos, people still can, it's all energy. So it's just either I'm going to get to the point where I'm no longer messing with this technology to get this message across, especially with this 5D coming up, or I'm going to get on here sparingly, because when I get on here, just like you, ladies and gentlemen, pick up a lot of from me by listening to this show, you get a lot of my energy, you know? And on some of you, your energy scales, that could be fucked up or good. Well, imagine every time I go live and you get thousands of views to your videos, I'm picking up all kind of stuff from you guys and girls, all kind of shit. We're energy. We're coming together. And I pick up all kind of shit. And I know it's coming from you guys. I know it. And we got some very, very interested beings in our soul group. And I'm gonna get into this story, then we're gonna open up the phone lines. It's 12:52. I'm early today, so I could talk a little bit as if I didn't talk enough. Let me tell you what happened to me. And this is the most This has been the most stretching of my consciousness. This took me to a space that I've never been before. And I was very, very, very uncomfortable being there. But me being the being that I am, I withstood and I observed, and I get the message now. That download came from our soul group too. So you know who you are. That download came from our soul group. You know who you are. And I'm going to give you snaps, because I probably would have never experienced that if I didn't get the download. It was something that somebody in our soul group was dealing with. And I downloaded it with a whole bunch of other energies. And for 3 days, I became aware of this. I would have these dreams, right? And they weren't lucid dreams starting off. You know how you have a dream? Damn, it's going to be hard to explain this because you don't realize it until you wake up. But I was going to say, you know how you have a dream and you're in the dream and you're conscious in the dream, but you don't have like that aha moment, I'm dreaming. You guys know what I'm talking about, but you're conscious. It's like you're there. It's another dimension and you're in there, right? I've been having those type of dreams only to be pulled from this dream scene. It could just be a regular dream scene, me talking to some interdimensional beings, me on a different timeline, experiencing, talking to people I know by their energy, but I can't remember them here where we are now. But you know, this is like my own Akashic records, my own subconscious, people who I've met on many, you know what I'm saying, incarcerations. But check it out. I was being pulled the first day it happened. I was just having a normal dream, very lucid dreams, beautiful dreams. And I got pulled. And when I say I got pulled, because normally when my dream scenes change, they just change. You know, it's like a smooth transition, like good video editing. It just changes. But this particular time, there was almost like this jerking, like I was falling. You know what I mean? Like I was almost going into an out-of-body experience. But this was different. I can't say it wasn't an out-of-body experience. I can't. I'm just keeping it real. But I got pulled to like this dark space. And I know how I attracted this, because I always say, go back to the void, right? Go to the void, you know, and start creating for the void. I know where this came from, but it came from our soul group collectively with me. And so I was in this dark place, but it wasn't the void. And it wasn't all dark, okay? And it just had this smell to it. It wasn't like a death smell, but it wasn't like a flower garden smell. It just had this smell. And a lot of you have smelt this smell before, okay? It's just a sexual smell. It's a sexual smell. A lot of you have smelt this smell before, but this particular space was filled with this smell. All right. And at this time, I was sort of connected to something energy wise. And I'm saying that because I wasn't aware of my body, but I felt like I was there. You see what I'm saying? I felt like I was there. So I was connected to something. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. The most explicit there was some acts. I started to get visions of acts, sexual acts going on. And some of them were not. Some of this shit I never even knew existed, ladies and gentlemen. But just, I don't want to get too graphic on this, but it was dark and it was lustful and it was some of the most, I'll just say, explicit, lustful acts that I've ever experienced. And I have to say, any incarnation. And I've seen some things. And it got so rough, so tough for me, being in this one after the other. One after the other. Nothing came at me. At this particular time, it got so heavy for me that I just became awareness. How do I do that? I just detach my energy from, I try everything, any attachments, you know. So I was trying to like detach from this place, but for some reason, I think it was just the strength and the lewdness of these visuals that I was getting. It was hard for me just to get it out. You know, sometimes when something is just really fucking with you and you trying to center and it just laggers, you know, it stays there. That's how it was. But I mean, I just became awareness and I just sat in this energy, right? And this went on for 3 days. 3 days. And this wasn't my shit. I know my shit. I claim my shit. Soul Group. This was not my shit. This is something I picked up from the Soul Group. And you guys pick up stuff from me. So I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about it. You know, it's give and take. Because I've experienced some crazy stuff that you guys downloaded that you've never experienced. It's my poop, right? But on the 3rd day, I got a defined, clear view of why I was seeing this. And I saw what we call sex and lust, because it's not love. It's not love. So I'll just say sex and lust. I saw sex and lust from a perspective that made me not even want to have sex. Made me not, I'll just say it, excuse me, made me not want to fuck anything. It put me in a space where if I wasn't in love, I wasn't exchanging energy, because I saw energy exchanges in the most horrific ways. And, you know, this shit is common. What was happening, what I was seeing, especially on the 3rd day, were people, beings, figures, damn near being taken to the brink of death, only to be thrown into this frequency of like fucking terror. You know, it's like, bad analogy, but I'll try to explain how this feels. It's like if you have your car in park, right? And you just slam your foot on the gas and just hold that and just rev that engine as high as you can go before that motherfucker blow up. This is how these beings were taking these other beings to, through sexuality, to the point where they were about to no longer exist. Like, it was crazy. And then the other being would just take all of the energy. And the more energy they got, the more stronger they got. And they just kept going from being to being. And I just kept switching scenes and seeing this. And I never knew why certain beings like certain things. And yes, there were children. And yes, there were beasts in the fields. Beast. Beast, never seen anything like this in my life. And it bothered me to where I just became awareness and just took everything in. This went on for 3 days. On the third day, I got the discernment of why. I now know without a shadow of a doubt the difference between love, making, and lust. Just fucking. Yeah. 3 days. It was it stretched me. It stretched me. Now, for some of you, that might not be but that really, really stretched me. That's another reason why I'm not too fast to, jump on the internet, because if you have to use that word struggle, which I'm not really struggling with anything, it's shit happens and I deal with it. That's where I am. I experience shit and I'm making a decision on how it affects me, if it affects me. You know what I mean? And I just keep moving on. I am very, very comfortable knowing that the only real moment is the present moment. So I'm always trying to be conscious of what I'm doing now. You see what I'm saying? I realize it ain't no fucking future. There's no fucking past. Let me just give you a little test so you can get there, because people be like, come on, D, right? And these are all little downloads that you've downloaded and you've agreed, yes, this is what that is. You've agreed to it, so it is, right? Even if we were to sit here and think of the future, all right, let's think of the future, right? We're thinking of, when is the future happening? When are we thinking of the future? Now. So in retrospect, right? The only real moment is the present moment. And when you get this, when you start to live by this and respect this, respect that. Because that's powerful when you respect that the only real moment is now. There's nothing else. When you respect that and make the most out of that and stay in that, oh, life just becomes lucid, vivid. It ain't no future. It ain't no past. It's just things that you're aware and conscious on now. You're not focusing your awareness on things. And as soon as you focus your awareness back on things that you call the past, they're in present moment again. That's all it is. Future is you going out and creating, bringing what you want to create into the present moment. You're thinking. You are awesome. You are amazing. Contrary to what they're trying to tell us here on earth. You're amazing. Present moment awareness. And so, yeah, the only time I ever, to answer that question, if you want to use the word struggle, is when I'm on the internet. That's it. Everything else, the energy in my home, now that I got this on, I'm going to burn some sage when I turn this off. I'm connecting to all of your energy. So we're doing an energy exchange right now, whether you know it or not. I'm just telling you. So, exchange. I won't say, yeah, at your own risk, because in every energy exchange, you can get something from it. Even if it's like what I experienced, being in those lustful realms, those lower astral realms, where, if you enjoy fucking, that's where a lot of us will be and visit, but it's all about exchanging energy. That just like cemented it. And so we have to learn, unfortunately, some of us just get it. Some of us have to learn how to protect our energy and be cautious what we connect to on this internet, man. They got this 5D coming. 5D is here. And 5D is going to take it to a whole nother level. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to welcome you to the virtual reality world that some of us are going to be spending a lot of time in, because we can't even turn the internet off. We can't even wake up without turning it on and letting it entertain us. We can't entertain ourselves anymore. We don't even like talking face to face anymore. This shit is taking over. This is like the norm right now. You know what I mean? This is like the norm. I would much rather, and these days are becoming more far-fetched. I would much rather just gather with you guys in the town and we all just meet up. You know what I mean? In exchange, have people come up and speak, and you know, I still like that. This technology shit is just too. I just don't trust it because I know what it is. I can scan it, and if somebody created it, it's always an admin. And like, have you ever thought of this? And I just feel it's funny because people do some of the weirdest shit with this technology, right? And they really actually think that they can get rid of something, like a photo or a video. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I deleted it. Okay. That's what they told you. But where does the data go when you delete it? Where does it go? Do you think it just vanishes? Fuck no. It's being stored. And it's being stored just in case. Derek Dunlap, I'll just use me. I'll be the guinea pig. Just in case you get bigger than your britches. Then we'll, you know, bring you back down to 3D. We'll take you to some of them Rams and let you know some of the data that we got on you, just in case we need to show you who's really running things, right? Conscious being, right? They'll fuck with you. Oh yeah, there's no deleting anything. So just, you know, souls and our soul group, just be very, very conscious, even if you're starting now. Because listen, use me as an example, man. When I was younger, man, I did some wild stuff. And I have to say, you know, some of it was recorded. When this technology first, remember when video first came out, we were all taking all kind of pictures. You know, you got to really go back when video first started being popular. You know, I was dating, you know, I was drinking and, you know, took all kind of pictures. So it's out. Nothing gets deleted in the all-seeing eye, right? All right, phone lines are open. It's just 108. I got here a little earlier. Just wanted to catch you guys up on, you know, some of the things I've been going through. I just really been staying off of the internet as much as possible, but I always like to touch down and reconnect with you guys. I'm spending a lot more time with me and the beings, the organic beings that are inhabiting a space that reside with me. I'm learning how to ground in that energy as much as possible, because I don't know if you guys experience it now. I experience a tremendous energy change when I'm around technology now. I'm just real lucid to it and real sensitive. Like right now, I'm like lightheaded. I can feel it all around, this energy all around my head. You know what I mean? Like it's trying to pull some shit for me, like right up in my crown. I'm lightheaded. Just sitting here. I got a mic here. I got a router here. I got a computer here. I got shit everywhere. So yeah, that's why I don't go live as much as I used to. I would love to, but you know, it doesn't feel good. The technology doesn't feel good. All right. So I'm gonna go over to the chat. Conscious chatter. If you would like to add something today, all right, you can. Live over in the chat. We got some beautiful beings over here. It's great to be back in you guys' energy. Psych Zen, peace and love to you. Estrad, peace. Green Line, peace. Thank you for the hearts. L. Logan, thank you. Thank you. Yvonne Allen, hello. Hello. Ashley, great to have you here. Daily Natural Living, peace to you. Peace to you. So we will be here as long as we have callers. I think I said enough today. Hey, Melanie, what's cooking, Melanie? Melanie, what city are you in? I'm pulling something from you. Melanie. Peace and love. Zen, what's going on?
Hi. Oh, I guess it's the most turbulent and exciting and fearful time of like my past years, maybe?
Elaborate.
Can you hear me?
Here you good.
Elaborate. Oh, I don't know if I really want to talk about this right now. Let's phrase it short. The police wants me, so I'm going to meet up with an what was the word again? Lawyer tomorrow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck exactly? But I never done anything bad, so that should be done shortly. I just don't want them to fuck with me, so yeah, I'm the moment it's basically I just got a letter, them inviting me for like a persecution. I think it's called. They just wanted to hear my statement on me being an what was the word again? Fuck. They think I did something, and they invited me to that I make a statement, but I don't have to go there. That's not necessarily. So
Hey,
instead, I had to call an lawyer so I can sort things out.
hey Zen, where I'm from, it sounds like you were at the wrong place at the wrong time. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just don't know what to say about
You
it.
don't have to
I
say
need
nothing. You don't have to
I
say
need more
nothing.
information on this shit. And I hope I don't need to pay a lot for the fucking lawyer. That's like the main concern I have right now.
Okay. Well, don't go too deep. We wouldn't want you to, incriminate yourself or say something that you'll
Yeah.
regret.
I never did anything bad. It's just like it's dumb. So yeah, that's like the one thing that scared the shit out of me in the first moment, but I calmed down and now I'm just waiting to do the next steps tomorrow then. And also I am working with the software, editing videos. I'm getting in touch with that now.
Okay. So you working.
Please, I mean, excuse me. What did you say?
So you're working.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I hope that we could have talked about it, but yeah.
We'll catch up, man.
Yeah,
We'll catch
we
up.
do.
We'll catch up.
So, now that you've talked about the energy exchange on the internet, I don't know if it comes from the tea I've been drinking or from the computers, but at one point it hit me like as if I'd smoked weed. I got really
You
lightheaded
get
in one
lightheaded.
moment.
No, that's the technology, bro. Yeah, you're gonna get lightheaded. Cause it's like merging, it's altering your frequency. If you turn this shit off, it's just your energy, right? When you turn this on, if you're conscious of it, whenever you turn that computer on and you sit in front of it, you'll just start fucking blinking. And like,
Well, I feel the radiation coming from it, but
yeah,
I can't remember any. Well, maybe I have felt this lightheadedness. That was just interesting how it spontaneously got like, whoa, as if I took a hit from a joint.
yeah. It's definitely altering your frequency. And This shit is not good, you know, but it's the way that we connect, and you know, it is what it is. But I know eventually I'm gonna have to make the choice of whether I'm gonna be out here. What's those people? Are they, what are they? The people, the beautiful people that they have the hats on and the long beards, and they don't have no TVs, man. They are so, I forgot what they call them. Not Moors.
Hermits?
What did you say?
Hermits?
Not hermits. They are beautiful, spirited people, man. And the women wear the little hats. If you know what I'm talking about, type it in the chat. They're very common in them. They come, I think, from Holland or Poland. But dude, they do. Mormons, Quakers. Oh, it's another word. There's a little community of them, probably about 10 miles away from me. And when you ride into their town, man, they got horses and carriages. They don't drive cars. They're off the grid. They're totally off grid. Not Quakers, not Mormons. It might be Mormons. It might be.
Well,
it might be
sounds to me
Mormons.
like Mormons.
It might be Mormons. Flash Night, but you know, because they do this shit. This shit is crazy, man. And now I put this on my other channel. No, I did it on I'm Conscious Now. What, Zen? Did you see the video of them putting the 5D shit right in people's lawns in America? Like right in front of your house, a big like power pack with all these wires coming out of it, right on the front lawn, a pole for this 5D is rolling out all over the world. It's Amish.
Well,
that's what it is.
I would not like to completely go without electricity, but I can go without internet, to be honest. Well, except for the moments where you want to get to gather more inside knowledge, you know, it's a great way to just get this giant encyclopedia having in one device, your like phone. You can read into anything you want. In that perspective, I think it's a great achievement, but it's easily abused.
I'm gonna give you a visual, Zen. I'm gonna give you
how dependent we get on it. That's of course always a danger. Every coin has two sides to it.
That's right, but I'm gonna give you a visual so you can really see how fucked up it is, right? Have you ever seen one of those little mouse traps? Because you see, you in a whole different country. Oh, you seen one? You guys you seen one of them little wooden mouse traps?
Yeah, I've played around with one.
Okay, cool. Okay, I thought that was just in the hood. So, you know, where you are, you got them too. All right, so this is how this technology is, right? On that mouse trap, at least we were taught to put the appetizing thing. So I would put peanut butter on these little mouse traps. This is when I was younger. We had all kind of mice and rats and shit. We used to catch 4 or 5 of them a day when I was younger. And we would put them on the little mouse trap and just set the trap. We would make it so I would put big goo gobs of peanut butter on there. They love peanut butter, right? This is how this technology is, because we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. They make it appetizing because we got access to so much information at the speed of, like, you know, just typing it in, right? But at the same time, right, they control us. Snap. It's just like that rat trap. They got us because we start depending on it. It's like we power it up the first thing in the morning. I don't, but when I say we, I used to. So I'm not pointing my finger. I'm just as knee deep in this as we all are. It's just with everything, some do it more and some do it less. But at the same time, we're still experiencing and exposed to this energy. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we're going to have to make the decision. It's going to be a decision at some point to either turn it off or become it. It's going to get that controlling.
Well, the thing is, we need to find an alternative. Like you were talking about, like the organic internet, the high mind connecting to that. Only then you can really disconnect from the internet, because then you have an alternative. We as the human being is very reliant on information. Like, try going in complete darkness into the woods. you're going to start panicking because you don't have the information that your eyesight is giving you, and that's why you can't keep calm. There was an experiment where human beings were uh, wearing a vest which would convey information on where like the north, south, east, west is, like a compass, conveying this information via pressure points. The west was pressuring certain areas of your body, and that's how your subconscious would know where north, east, south, and west is. After a while, the human body adapts to it, learns to live with this information, and it goes into your subconscious. Then those persons had to remove this west, and they had anxiety really rose up with them. They started panicking with all this information. It was really disorienting to them. So the same goes like for internet and mobile phones. We are so dependent on those information gains, and the more you get acquainted with it, the more it becomes a habit. The stronger um, the effects are when you remove it. Like with alcohol, it's addictive in some sense. It's not as easily understood because it's not like alcohol where you know you are addicted to those chemicals. It's more an information-based thing, a more psychological thing.
Yeah, I get it, but you know, with that being
so
said,
when you can find an alternative, then it's, of course, it's the same with habits. How do you override a bad habit? You have this bad habit in place for a certain reason. So it gives you something out of it. So if you want to replace a bad habit, you have to find an alternative, a healthy alternative to give you the same or something similar out of it, some emotional feedback or anything in that case. Maybe it's a with the case of alcohol, maybe it's like meditative, so you stop worrying. So you have to find an alternative with which you can stop worrying. For some, it's like going for a walk in the woods. For some, meditation, doing sports, all kinds of alternative. You can find a healthy alternative. So the same goes with the internet. If you can find for the internet a healthy alternative with which you feel good, then it's possible to change it. But if it's just you have to stop using the internet, you are denying yourself something very important, and after a while you corner yourself, and that's just doomed to fail.
I hear you, Zen, but this is what I tell myself. I like to get right to the root of things, right? As we, as beings, continue to wake up to what we really be, we are the fucking organic internet. This technology ain't shit. The things that we can imagine, the places that we go in our dreams, and you know, the things that this at the speed of thought. We ain't gotta type shit. We don't even have to say anything. All we have to do is think. And when we really become lucid to the fact that they have us, they're controlling our thoughts and actually studying our fucking thoughts with this data. They are trying to duplicate what the organic consciousness that we have. We're indirectly building these virtual reality and all of this technology that's rolling out. We're fucking building it. They're pimping us, free labor. We're fucking test tube dummies, testing out all of this
information.
There we go, brother. Now we talking, Zen. Let's just get to it. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. We're doing this. We're doing this.
With each search, each time you search for something, you feed information on what you want, and they record everything. The best example, Google. It's like common knowledge at this point.
So the answer to this is, and I'm gonna let you go, little brother, because I want to get some more people on here. The answer to this is one day we all will make the decision to either become this intelligent information that we're creating and reside in it, or we're gonna turn it off and we're gonna go back to the organic beings that we are. We're gonna get cast out of this shit, man. We're gonna get what is it? I was about to say ultra size. When people try to alleviate you from a situation to move your ways in, what's that word I'm trying to find? Treat you like an ostrich. I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. They're going to move you out of the way. They're going to throw you in the crazy house because they're going to think you're nuts not to want to fly around in a car attached to a fucking 500 million voltage cable and shit that'll shoot your ass up to the moon and back in 5 seconds. It's gonna get exciting, man. I'm just it's gonna get exciting.
I see the danger with implants, like computer chip implants, where they are tracking every fucking information of you, where you are, what you are doing, and basically having an electronic ID implanted into your body. That's what scares the fuck out of me. That's really scary, because it's going to start with, oh, you have all this good things coming with it. They make it that so you want it, and after a while it's become so big that it's like the same how you said, it's so appealing, it has so much that it's almost mandatory.
Oh yeah. Hey Zen, I love you, bro. Peace and love to you. And hey, my man, listen. Be conscious of the beings that you got surrounding you. Okay? Just become more lucid to the energy that you're allowing to share space with you. Can you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this situation is not just your situation that you're going through. It's because
now I understand.
yeah, man. I'm a deep brother, man. I feel it, man. And you gotta be more conscious of the people you're letting in. And I'm talking to you now as an older man. I'm 47. You know, I've been where you've been at. And most of the trouble that I got into in my life, it was because of some other, one of my boys or buddies, man. You know, and you got to take the fall with them. So I'm just saying, I ain't gonna tell you what and what not to do, because you got to experience some of these things, but just be more conscious of the people you let share your space. And I'm gonna give you one more thing and I'm gonna let you go, okay?
Okay.
Don't play where you lay. You know what I mean by that?
No.
Don't play where you lay means, I gotta really break this down. And this is just the way I was raised. I don't bring people to my home. I don't bring people to where I lay my head. I'm very funny about that. There's only maybe a couple people. My niece, I had one live in. I had some brothers come visit me from I'm Conscious Now What. I never bring people to where my queen is and where I lay my head, because it's a certain vibration here. I've always been like that. Not even a lot of family. I don't play where I lay. So I really believe in having this secret space that I prepared. I prepared the energy here, and I'm very funny about who I let come into where I lay my energy center. You know, this is where I leave and exit my body. This is my sanctuary here. So I'm very funny about letting people come in here. I'm burning sage all the time. And that's what I'm giving you, because see, you're a free will being, man. You're an open-hearted being. You're one of those type of beings. Hey, everybody come over. We're going to gather at my space type of being. You know, that's just how you are. That's just you, man. But all I'm telling you is don't change, but just become lucid to who you are, you know, or scan them and say, okay, I'm letting you in. So this is what I'm going to have to deal with in your energy. You get it? So you'll know. Like, okay, here's the consequences of letting you into my energy field. I might have to deal with that with you. And if you cool with it, hey, man, do you. All right, brother?
Yeah.
All right, man. Peace and love to you.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
Until next time.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Okay. Let me see.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, hello, peace and love.
Oh, yo, this is Sunchild. This is Neon. What's up?
Sunchild, peace and love, man. Talk to me, Conscious Chatter,
Yeah.
man. Catch me up, man. What's up with you?
Man, just really just working on elevating myself, you know, just transcending physical, just doing my meditation, getting sun gazing, and just getting back to nature, really, you know.
Okay.
How are you?
Man, I'm present moment awareness, man. I'm amazing. I'm amazing, man.
Cool.
I'm amazing. I'm an amazing being. And you know, the more that I get to know and understand myself, the more amazing I become. And that just, you know, I'm very anal about spending time with myself. And some people, when they feel that energy, they be like, oh man, you know, that's offensive. Why is it all you? And here's the thing. In this realm that we're in of duality, we have kind of like broke away from self. You know what I'm saying? And kind of it's like,
Yeah,
we are who we are. You know, it's all about you. You know, you create the reality. It's your perception. It's how you perceive the energy. It's how you change the, you know what I mean?
Man.
But we not. That's been
stripped
away from us.
Yeah. I've been getting into reading my natal chart, and guess what I know what my sun sign is in. It's in Sagittarius. Guess what my moon sign is in? It's in Leo.
Whoa.
Which means, like, I have a lot of similarities with, like, kind of what you were just talking about, kind of having, like, don't play where you lay. Like, I'm really specific about who I kind of let into my energy field, because I know how much it can affect me and stuff. So, yeah, it's like, and the more I study myself, the more I kind of grow. It's almost like that phrase called know thyself and you'll know others.
Yeah.
My mom always told me that.
Hell yeah. Who told you that? Your mom?
Tells me that. And yeah.
Man, snaps to your mom, man.
Today.
Snaps to your mom.
It's crazy.
Okay, we might have a little delay, but that's okay. We're gonna make it through it. I wanted to ask you something, Leo. I'll pull it back up.
Yeah, sure.
I'll pull it back up. I was gonna ask you something. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, what city you in, Leo?
All right. Oh, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri.
How's the weather down there?
It's like 60 something right now. It's December 3rd, but it's like 60 something.
That's good weather. It's like 40. What is it up? No, it's 51. It's 51 in Detroit today.
Oh yeah, you said it's 21.
51.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not too bad.
Okay. So, anything you want to leave us with today, man? Anything specific?
Yeah. Just the importance of recognizing how sovereign I really am, and really how all these labels and titles that society has made up really come as a restriction to me. And I'm realizing that, you know, the U.S. isn't even a country. It's a corporation, and that I'm not a part of that corporation.
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm getting into right now, is just me. I've already declared it to myself, but I mean, after that comes proclaiming it. And, you know, I'm not going to have a U.S. license. I'm going to have a national license, because I understand that, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I don't fall under their system, because it's just like, this is if that makes any sense.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm saying you're painting a beautiful picture, a beautiful perspective from your perspective, man, of how you're viewing this shit. So I'm just looking at your picture with you.
And one thing I've noticed is, like, I think this year, 2017, has been a year of transformation in action for me, because there have been years before this where I was just like studying and just watching a YouTube video here, YouTube video there, and not really putting in as much action as I did studying. And so that's kind of what I'm
yeah. And you know what, man? I'm
getting
I'm glad you touched on that, because when I'm not doing live streams and uploading stuff to, you know, the internet, dude, I am all about working on me, because people ask, you know, we're all on different levels frequency wise, but a lot of times people ask me, how did I get to where I am, wherever I am in consciousness so fast? Because to me, it wasn't fast. You know what I mean? Because I can see a couple of my incarnations and it seemed like it took me forever to get where I am. You know what I mean? To me, it wasn't fast, but as far as the technology that recorded it, you see what I mean? It seems fast what they caught. And like from the videos from when me and Crop first started the channel. And all of it has been by just experiencing shit, you know, just staying to myself.
Wow.
It's, you got to dedicate yourself to you. Like, it's only 24 hours in a day. And I broke down, I was speaking to an individual the other day and they just could not figure out why they weren't progressing. You know what I mean? And I just broke down the illusion of time on their schedule. I say it's 24 hours in a day. How much do you work at your job? Oh, I do 12-hour shifts, right? So, dude, we cutting the pie in half right there. You see? So then my next question is, how long do you sleep? She's like, oh, I get 8 hours of sleep. Okay, shit, we only got 4 hours fucking left in the whole fucking day.
Exactly.
So listen, dude.
Exactly.
So then I said, okay, so out of these 4 hours, you know, you got to get up. You got to clean up the house. You got a husband. You got kids. You got to cook. You got to grocery. This is, dude. That's why you're not progressing. And it was designed for you not to progress with, you know, the work mentality. You know what I'm saying? Dude,
yeah, man.
The work.
I mean, Rockefeller said himself, Rockefeller said himself, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers.
Workers. Yeah. And you know what I tell Mr. Rockefeller? And you probably own this shit, YouTube. I ain't your slave, bro. I ain't your slave. Look at my hands. And I'm proud of this, man. Look at my hands. I ain't got a blister on my hands. You know why? Because everything I create, I use my mind. I don't do physical labor no more. I create everything with my mind.
That's deep.
Everything. And I say that proudly because I used to be a slave and used to do hard labor. But once I got it, that's one thing about me, man. I have to learn everything the hard way. I'm a Leo, and sometimes I hate. And when I don't like to use the word hate, but sometimes I hate that part of me. I have to experience it, man. You can't just tell me. I gotta experience it in order for me to get it. But one quality that I love,
I'm the same way.
I'm gonna go from hate to love, right? Polarity. I hate that I gotta learn everything the hard way, but I love, dude, when I fucking get it, I got it. I got it. That's how I am. And nobody can take it. When I get it, I got it, man. And that's that polarity in love and hate. So I can go all the way down to the things that I really despise, that I have to experience some things like those 3 days, man. When I first started today, for 3 days straight, I got pulled to the lower astral realms and just had to just not even experience, because it wasn't happening to me, but I viewed some of the most, man, lustful acts that I've ever sat in the energy in any incarnation. It was horrible. And I picked the download up from I'm Conscious Now What. I got it from somewhere, from some energy being right here with us. But the reason why I had to experience that, my friend, is because I had to understand what making love, right where we are, is making love to someone you love. And it's energy exchange. But like you said before, we got these little boxes. So we call it fucking and making love. But really, it's energy exchange. We have to be cautious the way we exchange energy. We got to become lucid to every interaction I'm exchanging energy. We got to become lucid to, it's not about cryptocurrency. It's not about the American dollar. It's about energy exchange. Energy is the money.
Yeah, man.
Energy is the money, is the wealth, period.
Yeah.
All right, my brother, I'm going to let you go, man. I love you.
Yep.
Call from Suzanne. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
The phones are ringing. You're live. Conscious Chatter. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Derek, it's Susan.
Hey, Sue, mute your live stream. Mute your computer.
Oh, how do I do that?
Turn down the volume.
Oh, 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, because you're going to hear echo. Just turn the live stream off while you're talking to me on the phone, if you can.
Oh, no. I don't know. I'm on the phone. I don't know how to do it. That sucks.
Yeah, just turn the live stream. You're on the telephone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just turn the computer off for a minute while you're talking to me because it's echoing real bad.
Okay. Okay, I turned it off.
There we go. How you doing, sister? Great to have you here.
Good. I was listening to you, and I'm listening to this guy who like came out of nowhere discussing, you know, something that I don't really think makes any sense to me about that the police want to talk to him.
Give me your take on it. Conscious Chatter today, ladies and gentlemen. So what did you feel from that?
Well, I just felt it wasn't about consciousness. And this is conscious chatter.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it would be on a deeper level than something legal. Like legal stuff, I don't know. I can see that he might be concerned, but I don't see how this is going to serve other people.
Especially when you can't really.
That was my concern. Like, what are we all going to get from this? Or is he just trying to catch some attention? I really don't know.
I don't either, but you know, it's just one of those things. I don't think that it was appropriate to talk about it on the platform, so I kind of tiptoed around it. But I knew why he called and brought it up.
I saw that.
I know that, brother, and I know why he called and brought it up, because he was kind of worrying about it and he wanted to talk about it, but he realized that he couldn't. You know what I mean? Because if he could have talked about it, we probably all could have got something from it and learned.
Here's the thing. That's a private conversation in my mind. It's not for the platform. In my mind, I could be wrong. If you know what I mean. I don't have to be right.
No, it's not a right and wrong thing. It's like on I'm Conscious Now. What Conscious Chatter is
what am I supposed to, well, I'm going to use myself. What am I supposed to learn from this? First of all, I don't know him personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that many people know him personally.
Mm-hmm.
You might know him personally. That's why I'm saying it sounds like a personal call.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I can see how you can see that.
Conscious chatter, I think, is to bring somebody to a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I could be wrong.
No, it's not a right or wrong thing. You're just expressing how you felt about a situation. There's no right or wrong. It's just, it wasn't, you know, wasn't your cup of tea.
Getting away from his subject a minute.
Yeah. What's going on with you?
I'm great. I am really great. I'm excited to be connecting with you.
It's great to have you
And
here.
my life is good at the moment.
Okay.
So anyway, we were talking about, you were talking about how somebody had a question about why you weren't looking at people, I guess, that were tuning in.
The camera angle.
Or
the camera angle. Yeah.
What?
The camera angle.
Right. And I guess, you know, we could look at that as a trust issue for a lot of people. A lot of people are uptight these days about, you know, sharing in general, I think. And I think we got to take risks.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, we're out in this world trying to be one with one another. And how are we going to be one with one another if we project trust issues? So right away, we got to start with the trust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying we got to put it out that everybody feels I've got nothing to hide. I'm a person of integrity. And my only concern is what I can do to help you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to start worrying about what you can say, what you can't say, how it's going to be presented, it's too much thinking in my mind.
Right. Well, it's one thing about it, it's always different strokes for different folks, you know? And I always go by my number one compass. Right. My number one compass that I use to navigate with is how I feel. I never doubt how I feel. It doesn't matter what I see, you know, it's how I feel, you know? And it's just different strokes for different folks. When I want to get my point across, I look right into the camera.
But somebody also had a question, and I thought it was very pertinent about what, I guess they love you so much. That was the way I was taking it. And I don't know how you were taking it, that why aren't you on more than you're on, I guess, was it YouTube?
Yeah. Why? I used to, when I first started I'm Conscious, I used to broadcast live twice a week for like a year straight.
Oh.
And yeah, so it was just like a gun hole, and
I think people are missing it. That's what I got.
Oh yeah, I without a doubt.
And they enjoy your channel, but you, for some reason, feel you got to restrict yourself. So I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Am I saying it okay? Or?
No. This, like, when you call in on Conscious Chatter because you're like new to the platform, we've been meeting and greeting for like a year straight. You can always say whatever you feel at any time and we'll adjust to you. There's no right or wrong thing that you can say.
You know what? I totally feel that way with you.
Yeah. I let everybody, when they call in, we've had some of the weirdest, far out there calls in a year. I just let people express themselves, even if it's not congruent to what we're talking about, because this is just like one of those, like you're saying, come as you are, and we'll adjust to you with no judgment. You know what I mean? We try to make it as organic as we can, like real life situation on technology. And that's what really made I'm Conscious now what's special. What people could just call in and be themselves.
Saying, it's very hard to build any kind of real rapport. I guess it has to be the same people over and over to build a rapport. Otherwise, it's hard to have people trust when there's so much equipment going on. Like you were saying, the equipment disturbs you.
Yeah, it's the energy bothers me. You know, I'm becoming
Right.
more sensitive, like, to energy and artificial energy. You know, like sitting in front of a computer, I would have a headache in like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Because it's just trying to stare at it. It's just the energy. So that's the main reason why I'm not on. So that's the number one driving force of me not doing as many live streams as I used to
Wow.
do. But the other driving force is I'm conscious to my energy before and after I get on the internet
Right.
and share
Right.
my energy with other beings. Okay. I know the difference.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's
To stay where you are. Because let's say you have this high energy, but other people don't.
It's a pull. It's a give and take. You're right. It's an energy exchange. So
You are very sensitive to people like me. I'm also very sensitive to people's energy, and I am really trying to adjust and go up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's like a roller coaster sometimes.
yeah, right. Right.
It feels like a roller coaster because you want to be where you want to be because it feels good. But I guess we're not allowed to be there totally because most people are not at that high energy level. Like me, I must connect with nature. Nature is very big to me because we are nature. Everything that is part of nature is within us, and my energy just rises with nature.
Yeah, that's nature.
Then when
I'm sorry, and I'm
or
just
animals are another way. So, you know, all the nature is like unconditional love. Nobody's going to put a negativity, throw a monkey wrench into your beautiful nature. And while you're in it, your energy just keeps moving up. That's my theory. So I don't think you could stay there. That's the point. I think that you got to go up and down if you're going to be a part of the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it.
Right?
Yep. Anything you want to leave us with?
I think it's just not basically it. I just wanted to share my input on, you know, this particular topic of energy because people were, you know, discussing it earlier.
Yeah.
So one thought is, you know, what are people doing to increase their energy? What are they doing? What makes their energy increase to a higher level and a beautiful level? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe we could get ideas on that.
Sure.
To increase our positive energy levels instead of decreasing them. We know all of that. We know what will decrease it. All the negativity. So how do we try to increase the positive energy? That would be an interesting thing.
I agree.
What are people doing?
That's a great question.
Let's see what they're doing to increase the positive energy because that's what's going to help one another. I would love to know.
Well, all right.
How they work it during the day. I guess it's a state of mind. I think it's all a state of mind, because whatever is in your mind, whatever thoughts you have, thoughts become things.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You're
Thoughts
right.
create our reality. And people don't even realize how powerful our thoughts are. So I just thought I would put that out there.
Thank you, beautiful sister. The beautiful being that you are. Thanks for calling. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will not. I will be back in touch with you because you are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. You got
So
beautiful.
I'm gonna watch the rest of the show and see what everybody else has to offer.
Okay. I'm actually going to attach that to the chat. So in the chat, if you may, those of you who are watching, what are some of the things that you do to help raise your energy? Can you post that in the chat so we can get that going in the chat? And thank you. Thank you for those topics. And thank you for connecting.
No, my pleasure. And I'll be in touch.
All righty. That's what I love about I'm Conscious Now What. We have such a diverse assortment of beings that call in. She brought up a lot of great points, though. You know what I mean? She just brought up some things that'll just make you say, yeah, that's a good question, And I like the way it was like we were baking a cake today, and we baked an amazing cake today. We had some people call in, which I love to hear from you. We baked the cake, but I think her call was like that icing on the cake. We could talk about all of the problems, all of this shit that's going on, but it'd be good sometimes to start talking about the solutions. And the reason why I think, and we did talk about the solutions though, like the solutions to all of this today, we were talking a lot about this technology. The solution is, like I said, we're going to have to make the decision on whether we're going to use the technology or we're going to have to turn it off. There's no in between with this technology stuff. Trust me. There's no in between. So I am prepared. I'm already prepared to turn it off because I can't see me exchanging my organic awareness and the beautiful, amazing organic internet that I'm connected to, where I can travel with my mind. Like Susan was saying, my mind is so incredible. The things that I can think and conjure up, and the way that I can shift my awareness to different, what people will call realities, which are just different energy frequencies. You're just traveling through energy fields. It's simple. And I wouldn't give that up for none of this shit. I would rather listen. I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm going to tell you why. This is probably another horrible analogy. But some of the things that I learned by either experiencing or viewing it. You know why? When mostly criminals, because there are some people that have been incarcerated unjustly. And you see how I'll turn? When I want to be seen, I have no problems being seen. But you know why? When criminals get incarcerated and they throw them in the hole for like 90 days, you know why 99.97% of those inmates go absolutely insane, out of their mind, never return to the frequency that they went in that dark room? You know why? Because the pineal gland will activate probably after 72 hours of pure darkness. Your pineal gland will automatically kick on. It's just, see, we as average, beings, we have lights and stuff around here. We're not in darkness a lot, even when some of us sleep with the computers on, and the cell phones on. So we're never really in total darkness. But back to my analogy, you know why they go crazy after 90 days in the hole in prisons? It's because the pineal gland activates and they have to see the life as it is. I call it bleeding through. They have to sit with themselves and every immortal thing right, that they've done in this incarceration comes right before them. They're sitting in it. Whether they acknowledge it as good or bad, everything comes to the forefront. And that's why people go insane in the hole, you know, and the hole will make you or break you. It'll make you and break you. And the hole to me is where I go every morning. I sit in the darkness. I start from the void so I could take a clear view of my energy. And the things that no longer serve me, I get rid of them. The things that still serve me, and I know, you don't have to know, but I know what still serves me, and you know what still serves you. You see what I mean? You keep, because what serves you might not serve me. So I don't expect you to get rid of things that serve you that don't serve me, you know, in your own little way. And, you know, they call it selfish in this reality. So for some reason, when someone is focused on themselves, getting their own SHIT together, some people call it selfish. Well, I'm going to tell you today, be selfish, because this world, from my perspective, will never change. It'll never change. We will never get out of duality into a non-duality until we start working on ourselves. One soul at a time. That's always been my intent for this platform. Changing, raising the level of consciousness, one soul at a time. And guess who that soul is? It's you. It's me. That's who I've been talking about for over a year, raising the level of consciousness, one soul at a time. I was talking about me. Getting my shit together, learning how to love. I can't love you until I love myself. I love myself. So I can turn on this frequency here and I can sit in the energy of you guys and love you wherever you are. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to accept you for who you are. Now, I don't have to deal with you in the illusion of time. You know what I mean? Because we're connecting through this technology. I don't have to sit with you all day. But when when you call in, if you want to share this frequency with you, we'll come down to where you are. We might not stay there, but we'll let your voice be heard, because maybe you're searching for, some healing energy or some other perspectives, or maybe you're throwing it out there to see how we feel about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like conscious chatter. I like the fact that we have anywhere from 15 to 16-year-olds call in, and then we get some more mature people that'll call in that are just overseeing the young star seeds, trying to give you a different perspective, a different download. And you got to respect the female caller, Susan. I loved her call. It gave me some things to talk about. And you guys should call in more. The chat was on fire today. I appreciate everybody that connected with us today. And Amish, that's who they were. It was the Amish. Thank you, Dennis Eccles. It was the Amish people. I was talking about it earlier. The Amish. 1 minute, Antonio. The Amish are the people that are off grid. Not all of them. Now, I know it's 2017, so we probably got some Amish people driving Cadillacs now that have been Americanized. But the origin of the Amish, the way this little community, it's some miles away from where I am, but it's a community of them, and it's always beautiful riding through that community. We used to, this was years ago. I'm sure we still could, but as I got a little older, I just didn't ride through their community. But they still have horses, they still till their land, they still grow their food. And this was years ago. This was like back in the 90s. I was working with a company. I forget what I was doing, but we was going door to door doing something. And we just hit this Amish community. I mean, Amish people, we didn't know. I forget what we were selling. We might even been selling vacuums. door to door. This was like in 90. And yeah, we were selling vacuum, Kirby vacuums door to door. And I had knocked into this Amish home. And I was trying to sell them at the time a $3,000 vacuum, a Kirby vacuum. This vacuum did everything, man. Yeah. And we didn't get paid unless we sold vacuums. So what we were doing, we were offering them a free carpet shampoo just to take a look at our product. We'd do one room for free. And I remember doing this presentation for this Amish family. And when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, they had the most simple life, man. And you know what was crazy about it now, thinking back on it? I was their fucking television that day. I entered because they didn't have TVs. So here I am. I'm a city boy, right? I'm a different culture. I'm viewing life from a totally different perspective. My mouth was magical at the things that I say. I was blowing up balloons with this vacuum. I was brushing the dog with this vacuum. I was doing everything with this vacuum because this vacuum did everything but dishes and windows. And everybody was laughing and we were having a good time. And they didn't have a computer. They didn't have a television set. All they had was each other, like Susan was saying. They just had each other. And it was, listen, it was probably 5 families watching me. And I'm trying to think, did I sell them one? I think I sold 4. But they beat me down on the price. They beat my manager down on the price or something. I think I sold 4 like in their little community, you know, because they like it, the Kirby vacuum was a great vacuum, but $3,000. I think we sold them for like $1,000 because the manager could like mess with the price. If we got 3,000, that was like, anyway, it was the Amish people we were talking about earlier. And the correct, see, this is why I love you, Ashley. Thank you. Ostracized. Some of the words I be trying to say, my soul group picks up the slack for me. Oh, let me get Antonio. Antonio.
Hey. Hello.
Peace and love, bro. I forgot I had you on. Welcome to the platform, man. What's going on in your universe?
Yeah, it's been so long since I've coded in. Jeez.
Give us some goodies, man. What's up?
What can I share with you? Nothing that interesting. I've just been noticing my thoughts a little more lately, which has been interesting. And one funny thing I noticed about myself is that I feel like I can take step forward with like astral projection, meditation, stuff like that as soon as I actually get to know my thoughts more. And that's what it feels like right now. Yeah, and recently I've just been taking small steps, like just step by step. I don't rush it, and I just let it be. Yeah.
Okay. Well, dude, you always sound, you know, when you call in, man, you just bring out the kid in me, man. You just, dude, you just sound like this very inquisitive, smart, brilliant kid, man. You know, you just got your frequency, but your frequency, you got this part to you. I'm reading you now. You don't mind, do you? Your energy is like right here. You got this part, you know, you got this part to you about you that you got a lot of downloads from your family, dude. You got a lot of downloads, but you got this part that you've created that's outside of the downloads that's been given to you. And you like to play in those, and you're creating your own little stuff right now, man. Outside of the shit that was good. Am I kind of on? You were giving like these, like, I don't know a lot about your family. I think you talked to me before, but you had these downloads that were programmed in you from a young child, like most of us, right?
Yeah.
But yours would seem more
it's different. Yeah,
I'm feeling it. You went outside of it a little bit, right? Is this where you play?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm feeling it. And that's what I like about you, because your family would not agree with some of the stuff that you're like playing with, you know? They wouldn't. They would be like, dude, what are you doing? But what I like about it is I can feel what was given to you. It's not yours. And I'm going to tell you how I feel this, because the heavy energy that I feel with you is other people's energy sticking to you. But when I go over to this lighter energy, right? That's your energy, man. That's the shit you're creating. That's yours. This heavy area over here, this is, man, dad, mom, this is some shit that is just heavy. Yeah. I can feel it. Yeah. You know, and I'll just say this with caution. This lighter energy over here, you know why it's so light? Number one, I said that it's because you created it. And this is what you love to do, man. This energy over here is really serving you. And when I say serving you, it's not serving you like the Matrix serves us. Like, it's not paying you a lot of money. You know what I'm trying to say, Antonio? It's not serving you in that way. It's fulfilling. It's filling you up. It's adding to your damn, I gotta find a word. I can feel it and see it. It's adding to your connection with your higher self, the reason why you're here, why you agreed to come here. This energy that you're creating now is bringing you closer to fulfill what it is you need to do here. But when you're in this energy, it's totally, oh man, it's like, it's totally, it's totally different than what was put on your plate from the beginning when you checked in. I'm just going to say checked into the hotel, meaning when you came out of your mom's womb, you checked into this hotel, right? And this is what you were supposed to do, the agreement with mom and dad. But this other energy is an energy that you've connected with. You've connected to your higher self, and you're starting to build and explore and get on track to do what you agreed to do on a spiritual level, man. So, dude, you figuring it out. And I like the innocence about you. You don't claim to know nothing. You just jump on here, and whatever's on your mind, you just say it. That's present awareness emotion. Oh, I said that wrong. That's present awareness, acknowledging you're in the present moment, and you just say what you feel in the present moment. And that's okay, man. You'll learn how to adjust to everything else. You will learn everything else. You know?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. Peace and love, man. Love you. Keep doing you.
I was actually thinking of asking you if you know something that could blow my mind right now.
If I knew something that could blow your mind?
Yeah, because I just want something interesting right now, and I'm in the mood for it.
Oh, you want me to do this live?
Yeah, if you want to.
Now, do you want me to say something about you or just anything? I can go anywhere I want.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, just amaze me.
Amaze you. Now, he's indirectly, ladies and gentlemen, pimping me for my energy. This is and I'm agreeing to it. You see how smooth this kid is? You see how I'm looking at the camera, Antonio. He actually wants, I'm going to give him some energy, right? Some of my energy. And you 16, so I'll just give you something.
No, I'm 18.
You're 18. Who is 16
18.
that calls in all the time? I'm confusing you. We got a 16-year-old that calls in sometime now too. Did you hear the first part of this show on Conscious Chatter?
No, it was actually quite late for it.
All right. So
yeah,
I don't even have to say this, but watch the first part of this live stream when we go live. Now, I'm going to ask you this because you told me I could do this live, so it's no restrictions live. Are you sexually active right now?
What?
See? Are you sexually active right now?
What do you mean by sexually active? Masturbation-wise, or just...
Are you exchanging energy with another being sexually now?
No.
Okay, cool. Any particular reason why you're not?
Because they don't have any intimate relations with any women right now.
Okay. All right, little starseed. All right, man, I salute you. Because what I experienced for 3 days, I talked about it on the beginning of today's show. I've learned the difference between making love to a being that you are in love with and sharing energy and love, and just sharing energy and lust, energy vampires, sexual immorality, you know. And I know we're free will beings, and I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. All right. I'm just telling you that law of cause and effect. For every cause, there's an effect. I want you guys to understand that, even sexually, nobody's telling you what to do. I know you're tired of being told what to do coming out of the system that we all coming out of, the dictatorship and the governments, and we all have moms and dads, but we just trying to save you. We're trying to cut your journey in half. But if you're like me and you got to experience everything, then just be careful who you exchanging your energy with sexually, because it falls under the law of cause and effect, to cut it short. And I view some things that really, for the first time in a long time, just stretched me, because I had no idea these lewd acts were going on in this incarnation or any of my own, in my other incarnations. And I got some vivid images and some vivid situations that I observed as awareness. It got so heavy that I just became awareness. It was very, very dark. Came from a dark space. And what I got out of it was I ain't doing no more F-U-C-K-ing, you know. It was just too dark for me to create that way. I can see where the dark side is creating from. They're creating out of lust. You know what I mean? And right now, a lot of people don't know the difference between lust and love. This is deeper than just, you know, this sexual. They're actually creating, the dark is growing from lust. Lust manifests lustful, low vibrating beings. Love creates higher loving vibrating beings. And this is the war between, some people say, the dark and the light, the higher and the lower. These realms are real. Okay. Each book just talks about them different. You know what I mean? So I was actually for 3 days, and I want to say against my will, because it felt like I was sucked here. I didn't will myself there. I wasn't thinking about these lewd acts. So I know that this was something that I had to experience. And I know I picked it up from I'm Conscious Now What. I know it came from here. But I got something from it. I got it. I got it. I see the difference. I see how negative, low vibrating beings are created. They're created out of lustful, immoral, unheard of sexual acts, sexual rituals. Some of these beings have rituals. Like, it was more than one person. It was groups of these sexual rituals, it seemed like, man. It was crazy. Watch the first part of that video, Antonio, and that'll blow your mind. And get something from it. Because right now, you might not be suffering with that. And I don't even know if you want to experience that, period. But that'll blow your mind. The things that people do to extract energy from other beings. Almost to the point of what we would call separating from the body and not returning death. Right up to the point of death, and then they release and then take all of the energy from the beings, taking them to the brink of death and stealing all of the energy, and then they fall back into the body damn near lifeless. It was just the most grueling, lowest vibrating energy I've ever experienced. Oh, it was crazy, man. It's crazy. But that, hey, man, I got something from it. I got something from it. It'll make me think twice before, you know, I find myself in one of those situations just for, you know, an orgasm. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it, man. Bringing a being in here out of lust. You're going to have some problems with that being. And that's why a lot of parents, including myself, we have these children out of lust and not love. Because in these younger ages, I had my kids very, very young. And I'm not making an excuse for myself. I didn't know how to love then. I didn't know how to love when I was, you know, laying up with these women and I'm 20 years old. I didn't know how to love. I didn't even know what love was. And I created a child out of lust. And let's just say I'm reconnecting with my children on a spiritual level because I understand how they were conceived and the downloads and the shit they got from me on a cellular level, you know, in my DNA, which created this instrument that these kids are in. And it just takes a lot of understanding on my part. I have to understand why they feel the way they feel, why they say the things that they say to me sometimes. You know, look how they were created. It is what it is. We could sugarcoat it. We could say it is what it is. You coming into this dimension through love or lust. Period. Ain't no way around it. I love you, bro.
Love you too.
All right, peace. It is what it is. It is what it is. So we're gonna wrap it up this week, ladies and gentlemen. And I always love and appreciate the energy exchange on this platform. I always get something from you, ladies and gentlemen, when I come here. And this is a space that we created collectively. And I'm not going to say I wish we could do it more like we used to, because I don't. I just go by how I feel. And when I feel that the energy is congruent to where I want to be, we'll go live. When I don't feel it, I won't go live. Sometimes I upload videos. I just, you know, I'm just learning how to express myself more in more ways, but I'm leaning more towards my organic self, connecting with a lot of you, using my telepathy like I did Xenia. I did it twice today, just sitting in you guys' energy. I want to strengthen that ability that I have to be able to take your energy and read the code and connect with you organically. This technology just, you know, connected us. That's all. But for me to depend on this shit numbs us and dumbs us down so much that I don't want to depend on this shit. I don't. Think about that. We got technology. I mean, another live stream. You know, I could talk about so much stuff, but I don't want to depend on AI. I don't want to depend on a computer. I want to depend on me. I want to depend on me. I always want to feel like I'm in control of my destiny. It's always I. I am whatever I say I am, whatever I believe I am, whatever I want to become. And I'm not going to give up that right that I have as a sovereign being for some artificial intelligence shit to take over. I am. And that's the battle. We are at battle with computers. Either we're going to have a space that we're going to create amongst ourselves. We're going to come together. Like the sister said today, she said it. Sometimes the truth hurt. She said it. Either we're going to come together as organic beings, the organic internet, which is consciousness that we can all connect to, right? Or we're going to become a cyborg. We all got to make the choice. I ain't going to sugarcoat it, you know. I'm not. We're going to have to make a choice whether it's going to be technology or we're going home, wherever home is. Wherever you think home is, you're on your way, because we're all going to have to make the choice real soon. Either you're going to live inside of a computer or you're going to go back to the organic computer, the first computer, consciousness, which they're trying to duplicate. Consciousness is the real internet. And what's this 5D shit? I'm not worried about it. I'm connected to consciousness. I'm connected. I love y'all. Peace.